Don't thief that off me. My life is my art, and my art is my life. I am Adija Palmer, dancehall artist, hero, dancehall music has been getting a lot of flack recently. Not recently, since its emergence from a wide cross-section of society, but Vybz Kartel music has also been at the center of a lot of controversy over the years. But my music is a friend to some people and a foe to others. But that is totally acceptable to me based on the mere fact that dancehall itself has always been social commentary reflecting the duplicitous foundation of the Jamaican experience. Seriously though, much of what dancehall is saying today is not much different from the rude boy era of reggae music. For reference, I'd like to quote 2 Bob Marley songs. I want to disturb my neighbor because I'm feeling so right. I want to turn up the disco, blow them to full watts tonight. Or the more politically poignant, because I feel like bombing a church. Now that you know the preacher is lying. The point that I'm trying to make is that the stone that the builder refused shall become the head cornerstone. And right now, dancehall has become that disregarded stone. Because look into this. 30 years ago, Bob Marley was despised and ridiculed by the upper echelons of society as a dirty Rasta boy, ganja smoking, and promoting civil unrest. Now, that same Bob Marley is poster boy for the Jamaica Tourist Board. We didn't mix people like now. Alright. So, in my view, Kartel is not merely a DJ, but also a poet of Shakespearean stature. And I say this because Vybz Kartel is not the best, but one of the best doing dancehall. And I say this because my lyrics at first glance may seem simple, but different layers can be peeled away to reveal a much more complex meaning, depending on age, knowledge, and nationality of the listener. 2 quick examples. Some read a gun man, but some boy don't have them. We are cooler than Reagan and Gorbachev them. The second line speaks not about coldness in war, but about the actual Cold War era between America and Russia, whose respective leaders at a critical point in time were Ronald Reagan and Mikhail Gorbachev. The media uses Vybz Kartel to sell papers. You're reading the thing. To sell papers and to gain viewership by broadcasting the negatives, but never giving the positives similar power play. You will easily see on the front page, Kartel and such at odds. Fine, because that is news. But what about giving the same front page headline to Kartel, through his business ventures, employs over 30 at Jamaica? Oh boy. But as my granny would say, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. So, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. Wow, what do you think is Imperial Majesty meant by this?
I think that he meant that, seeing that a man has eyes, he can talk to him and learn from him.
Alright, that is a good point or a bad point? Anyone else want to answer that question? Real quickly, you.
What I get from it is the color of your skin, your racial disparities, and the different segregations within race. What you are physically should not matter. It should not speak to your intellectual needs.
Thank you very much. Wait. I'm not the answer then. Anyway. Okay, moving on now. One may not understand why I alter my skin and as such may formulate his or her opinions, many of which might paint me in a negative light, but they are, as I said before, merely opinions. So we dictate styles and regard them as just that, styles. So as controversial as bleaching might be right now, I bask in its controversy with cake soap as my suntan. This is a very interesting question. A lot of people say Vybz Kartel worships the devil. And people recently in the media, and one specific artist has even gone as far to say that I have sold my soul to the devil. So this is a question now for the audience. I would like to know, how does one go about selling his soul to the devil? Alright. Do you first put an ad in the classifieds, sold for sale, and you work out the fine print of it? He gives your manager's check for your soul. You go to his bank, Baphomet Commercial Bank, and you pursue. And how does it go? I'd like to ask someone in the crowd, how does one go about selling his soul? Blasphemy? Someone said blasphemy. Would you like to say that on stage? Come on. How does one sell his soul to the devil?
Yeah, I think one sells his soul to the devil when he goes to get God. When he does things that are not righteous. But this is my opinion as well. You understand? You can't have nothing on it.
Alright, so basically, the main thing one has to do to sell his soul to the devil is blasphemy. Alright, thanks. Go. Any other answers? In concluding, I would like to say that my life is my art, and my art is my life. Life is a colorless coloring book. In my life, everything I do, from controversial lyrics, bleaching, etc., everything I do in my life is precisely orchestrated and executed in a specific way to achieve a desired result. Okay? So I am conscious of everything that I do because I decided to make my life pretty like a coloring book. Thank you. Good night.